Welcome back to Weighing In with Travis Hartman. I have a very familiar guest sitting across the way from me, but also, if you've noticed, I have my little girl sitting right here as well. This is Isabella. Can you say hi? Okay, now I need you to introduce my first guest, okay? Can you say, welcome to the show, Jeovanny Estela?
Welcome to the show. It's Starry Javella.
Perfect.
Jeovanny Estela.
Jeovanny Estela.
Aye.
Say
Good
thank
job.
you. Say thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Isabella.
Who am I? I'm the greatest. Who am I? I'm getting paid. Who am I? I'm so flagrant. Who am I?
Oof. All right. Ugh. Gio, welcome back to the show, brother.
Thank you for having me always.
It's been I think I was looking at it's like at least three times I think you've been on the show now.
I think so. Maybe
At
four
least,
with
yeah.
with the airport.
Yeah, I think so. I know you've been on here quite a bit,
Yeah.
and I appreciate it, brother. Listen, this is fight week for you.
Yes.
You're fighting March 13th on Pro Box. Is it at Osceola Heritage
Osceola
Park?
Heritage Park.
Got you. How has fight camp been?
Fight camp has actually been very, very well. It's gone very well. All the sparrings, all the weight cut. This is last week, so be on weight cut right now. But all the training sessions have been amazing. We've gone to Claremont a couple times for the runs. We've done a lot of sparring around Florida, around Kissimmee, Orlando. We have very good connections with the gym, so everybody's been helping out for sure. And yeah, I've been training with my coach Johnny, like always.
Yeah.
Coach Mamo, Coach Craig. So everybody has been putting in their grain of salt for sure.
So I had you on here. You were 14-0.
Yes.
You've lost 2 straight now.
Yes.
You were doing Combat League for a minute, Team
Mhm.
Combat League, which was pretty cool. Kind of shaking the rust off a little bit, I guess.
Yeah.
And now you're resuming back to the competition. How has this training camp been any different than the rest? Or has it been?
I feel like it has been a little bit. Definitely fixing a lot of the mistakes that we had been making in the past. And when I say when I say we, I mean me a lot as well. Took out a couple things from the camp that I didn't necessarily wasn't helping in me getting to where I had to be at. So move certain things around, and I feel like we found the right conjunction that works for us. Like everybody's working as a well-oiled machine right now. So my mental is very well. Yeah, I just took 2 losses. The one in Japan that was at 160, and the majority decision that I lost here in Carrera Royale. But I feel like that's not gonna affect me at all for this next upcoming fight and for what's coming for this year. I'm feeling very confident in my abilities, and I'm feeling more like that 14-0 El Rayo that was partiendo every time that we were here.
Would you say you're feeling a lot sharper right now in training camp in your sparring than in the past?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so, especially for this last fight that I had, that it was the majority decision loss.
Yep.
I felt like yes, I had the good amount of time. I was just coming off of a loss, so I was working with certain things mentally as well. But I felt like that played a little bit with the way I was preparing myself. Maybe I was thinking like everything was okay, and I was thinking I was set, but I wasn't. I felt like for that fight, um, we did what we had to do to make weight, and we did what we had to do to finish camp. But I didn't feel like I was at 120% how I did feel for those first 14 fights. So now I'm feeling very well, very ready for this next fight.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, after your first loss, I mean, you went, what, a couple, 2 or 3 years without losing a single fight in the
Yeah.
pros. Then you lose 2 in a row. I thought you took a really, really, really tough fight
Yeah,
for your first fight back after a loss.
I think so as
And
well.
you know Jackson, he's good. You know
Yeah.
him. He's been around, but you know him. He's still undefeated too. He's fought a couple more times since that as well.
Yeah.
And that was for a WBA title.
Yes.
I think it was a top 15 ranking.
Yes.
So I mean, it was a big deal coming off of your first loss as
Exactly.
well. So I think that I was actually happy to see that little bit of a break you kind of took.
Yeah.
And you didn't take a break completely. Like I said, you were still doing
Yeah,
Team Combat
very.
League. You were still training, so you were still staying in there. It's not like you completely left it. But for me, I loved to see that because I think you needed that.
I did. I think me and the team needed that. We needed to like slow it down a little bit because one thing that I wanted and the team wanted really was after that first loss in Japan was to like go back to the books, go back and like redesign everything. So like we just took our first loss by taking a big fight at a weight class that wasn't even ours. So we were doing very good at 154, and then we took that opportunity because it was a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Of
So we
course.
did it.
There's that $1 million prize fighter tourney. Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, once we did that, I think we, as a team collectively, we kind of rushed into this next fight because of the opportunity that it was
Yeah.
for, about obviously the purse or whatever came with it, but
Hometown too. I mean, that it's tough to
hometown,
say no. I get that. I
it's
do.
very tough to say no. So I think now we're all very aligned in what my goal is for the rest of the year and for what's to come for next year. But definitely everything's clear in hindsight. So
Yeah.
at that point in time when we accepted the fight and stuff like that, we thought we were doing the right thing. So
Yeah. I mean, like they always say, hindsight is 2020.
exactly.
Right? Like it's looking back now, like, oh yeah, we should have done that, could have done that. But either way, it's your journey so far, man. And I think that this is what happens. And honestly, I think losses teach you more than wins.
I agree.
When you're undefeated, but a loss tests you.
Mhm.
2 losses test you. So, what do you think mentally and maybe even physically that you learned from not just one? Because these are high level guys that you're losing to, by the
Yeah.
way, as well. McKenna is a high level guy.
Very.
Last time you're on the podcast, I think he'd fought a former world champion and
Liam
knocked
Smith.
him out. Yeah. So, like, you're fighting high level guys. You're right there. But what do you think that loss specifically has taught you?
Which, the McKenna one?
Both of them.
Well, the McKenna
would say
one taught
overall.
me definitely that there's weight classes for a reason, and yeah, to take the opportunity when it comes to you, for sure. Obviously, we, at the beginning of that tournament, we didn't know we were gonna fight with McKenna. We thought we were fighting one of the 8 people, and we just got matched up with
Yeah.
the only other
That's probably one of the
undefeated. Yeah,
toughest one in that group.
I think he was the only other undefeated fighter with, like, the other people was like 8-3,
Yeah.
9-2, stuff
Yeah.
like that. So there was like one that was like 7-0. So there was a lot of people that were very beatable. And then I get matched up with the 18,
First round.
15 knockouts.
Yeah.
But definitely it taught me something that we already knew as a team, that I have a chin and that I can take a punch, but we don't want to learn that in the fight. But
You showed it, and I was watching that McKenna fight, and I was like,
oh yeah,
Gio, I know you're tough. Stop trying to prove that you're tough.
Yeah.
Like, don't stand there and take it like you did. You proved that you are tough. You have
Yeah.
grit. There's never one time in that fight that I feel like you were gonna give up.
no, not at all.
And that's something that's a big deal because
Yeah.
people get late in those fights. You're talking about the 10th round, and you
Yeah.
still had fight in you.
Yeah, it was definitely it showed me a certain part of me that I didn't even know I had. I know that I'm definitely not a quitter. I'm not born to be a quitter, and
Yep.
I would never be. But yeah, it got to, like, so in the second round, I had broken this knuckle. I had broken this knuckle after an overhand that I hit right on the chin, and he ate it like nothing. If anything, it got him more mad.
Yeah.
I tell this to Bobby all the time. I came back after that second round, and I'm not complaining, but you are my coach. I'm gonna tell you, Pa, I broke my knuckle.
Yeah.
Bobby
something's going
goes, well, we're gonna have to work with it. We're gonna have to deal with it. You got 8 rounds left of fighting. We keep fighting. In the 4th round, I break this knuckle. So now I have 2 knuckles down. I have this guy that's like a monster that he's not stopping at all. He's just
taking your
forward.
best
If
shot
anything,
already.
he took my best shot already, plenty of them, and he's going forward. It's getting him more mad. It's like putting more flames on the
Yeah.
fire. So
A
after
little
the 4th
gasoline on
round,
the fire.
yeah, after the 4th round, my dad goes, like, this is the second knuckle I tell him that I broke. He's like, what do you want to tell me with that? You want to quit? I was like, no. I'm not saying I want to quit. I'm gonna finish the fight.
Yeah.
But I'm just letting you know what I'm working with.
Yeah.
It would hurt to even like catch the punches and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But after like the 5th, or I want to say it was the 6th round, after the 6th round that I have 7, 8, 9, 10. The coach is getting the ring, and the ref comes to the thing, and he's like, listen, I get you're fighting, but I want to see more.
Yep.
And to be fair, I definitely needed to. The fight was not going my way at all. And the ref leaves, and my dad and my dad and Craig look at each other, and they know me since I was 8, 10 years old doing boxing. Craig looks at Papi, and they get like very emotional, and Craig gets in the ring, and he goes, listen, Jova, I want to tell you, I'm so thankful for being here with, and I stop him right there. I already know what you're about to say.
Yeah.
Listen, Craig, none of that shit. And
You're
he's
fighting.
like, I just want to tell you, I'm happy for you bringing me here. If we got to stop the fight, I'm like, you're not stopping the fight. Let me finish the fight. I look at my dad, I'm like, let me finish the fight. That's the last thing you're going to do is stop this fight. So, yeah, we came out. Craig heard that, and he was like, I'm on your team. Whatever you need, I got you. So yeah, we did that, and it was a very emotional
Man,
thing in that time
it's
for
making
sure.
me a little emotional, bro. I'm not joking. My eyes are watering up, bro.
So yeah, we
That's
buckled up.
passion.
We did whatever we could to finish the fight, and obviously
Yeah.
the ref stopped it with, I want to say, 35,
Yeah.
34 seconds. Never touched the canvas. Never got dropped or got hurt like
Yeah.
that. But was I taking punishment for sure?
It's just different nowadays too. I would say the last, honestly, 10 years, the referees they're doing a better job. They're stopping fights early.
Yeah,
But I would rather them stop the fight early than too late, right?
yeah,
And they're doing that now. They really are. And I think that you live to fight another
for
day,
sure.
right? And did I want that fight to finish? For sure, I did
Yeah,
too, and I know you did too. But there was absolutely zero shame in going all the way to the last 30 seconds is it, bro?
yeah,
Like the last, even if it was the last minute, who cares?
yeah,
You proved what you needed to prove. You tested yourself, and you move on, and you kind of regroup, which is what you've done over the
yeah.
past
Big
year
time.
and a half to 2 years. You've definitely regrouped. What would you say though, right now? Are you a more dangerous fighter now because of those experiences?
I think so. I think so because it's like when everybody is 14-0, 15-0, or like with that, they have everything to lose with by taking that fight, or by, like, right now I feel like I'm fighting for me. I'm fighting for me. I'm fighting for my goals, and I'm not scared of taking a loss because I've already taken two. I'm ready to fight and I'm ready to win. That's what I'm fighting for. So the training camp has been going amazing. A lot of the sparrings have been going amazing. We just came actually back from Puerto Rico a week and a half ago. We
I saw
sparred
you over there.
one of the really talented prospects over there. I want to say he's 9-0 at the moment. Signed by Matchroom. His name is Wilito. We did really good work with him as well. But yeah, everything has been going well, and all of that has been attributing to what's gonna be my success March 13th for sure.
So, what would you say if fans are watching you fight March 13th? What should they look for?
They should look for a definitely a more aggressive, a more stronger 140, 154 Jeovanny Estela for sure. I think we've done plenty of changes in camp, with that being strength and conditioning, with that being certain boxing trainings and stuff like that, more drills. Um, Drills definitely pay the bills, so we've been doing it for sure.
Drillers make killers, man, and it's so
Exactly.
true.
So I think this is gonna be a more all around better Giovanni.
What would you say? I know we've had you on the podcast many times, but what would you say is your best punch or your biggest strength in that ring? What is something that you're just like, man, if I can land this, I'm good. Or if I can do this, I got him.
Yeah, so I think Memo, if you ask Memo that question, he'll say my left hook.
Yeah.
That's the one that he calls the El Rayo. But it's also like when I'm lefty, that Rayo that he's talking about is the left hand. But when I'm righty, he's talking about the right hand. So it's that front hand. That front hook is deadly
Yeah.
because most of the time I landed clean, whether either they're throwing the jab or they're throwing the right hand. Sometime where they're extended, I find it. Boom. So that's what Memo would say. I think my dad would agree with the right hand, with the overhand. So like I set it up pretty well, and that's with certain jabs or certain feints and stuff like that. If I land it, I know that I should see some legs shaking. I
Yeah.
should see either like a reducing pressure. Something should be changing from that person. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So it's definitely like those two punches are like the respect punches, and those can set up
You've
other
knocked some
punches.
fighters out like that. There's some
Yeah.
highlight reel knockouts that you've had on a Matchroom show, actually. I
Yes.
remember that right here at the Crib Royale. It was an Eddie Hearn promoted show, I believe, right?
Yes. And
I
that
think
that
it was
was
a first round
it
knockout,
was a first round knockout.
right?
Eddie Hearn
Undefeated
stood out his
guy.
seat. He got out
Yeah.
his seat, mouth open, like what just happened? Because on the record, like on book, you wouldn't expect that. The guy was
No.
6 wins, 1 loss, with 6 wins by knockout. So the power
That's right.
puncher should have been
Yeah.
him. So I was 12-0, 13-0 at the moment with 4 knockouts.
I remember that because I was so upset. So we're recording inside the Stadium Club at the Carib Royale. Those
Yeah.
fights were at the Carib Royale. And at the time, the security wasn't letting wasn't letting fans in
Because of the
while the
broadcast.
rounds were going because of the broadcast. I was standing at the door, literally the first round. It was the first round,
Oh my
chewing
God.
out the guy. And I'm like, what are you talking about? The cameras are not on me coming
Yeah,
through
yeah,
the
yeah.
door. No, we can't. That we've been instructed not to. I was like, bro, this is a mistake. Like, I need to see that fight. And it was you. And I was like, oh, it's okay. It'll go past the first round.
Yeah.
I freaking walk in there and it's ending in the first. I missed that
Done.
knockout. Everybody else that was at my table were like, you missed it. I was like, went back out and I argued with the guy a little bit more because I'm like, you made me miss this. Like, that's the whole reason I was coming to the fights was to watch that fight. But I'm happy for you. Obviously, I saw the replay of it,
For
but
sure.
I didn't get to see that live. I was so upset. It was not even funny because I'm like, what are you doing? It's the cameras are not on the door.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's no reason.
And also, who cares? People walk in and out of. I'm not walking into the ring,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like they're not watching me. It was stupid. From then on, though, they've never done that again. They open the doors and they let people
That's
come and
good,
go.
as
And
it
I'm
should
like,
be.
right? I'm like, you guys were misinformed. I don't know who told you that, but I had to talk with some people after that with
For
like
sure.
about, and I'm like, guys, this is stupid.
You made me miss the fight that I came for.
Literally, and there was a bunch of other people too. It wasn't even just me. And I'm like, what are
Yeah,
you guys
we had a
doing?
lot of people telling us that the line situation was really bad that day and that they missed it because they thought it was going to go 4 rounds, 5 rounds
was
before
so
something
mad.
happened.
Yeah, because I'm like, Gio usually sets it up.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
was
coming out there like bulldogging it.
literally like we touch gloves and stuff like that. I give my hug and kiss to my pops before I get in, and we start, and probably after like the first like 20 seconds, 30 seconds, I was like, he's hittable, cause like he's strong and he's probably hits hard, but he's slow. So I was like doing a feint and he would overreact, doing a
Mhm.
feint and he would overreact.
Yep.
He would throw a jab and I would see it from far. I was like, I didn't even have time. Normally I say to my pops like, oh, I see this or I see that. I didn't have time because it was in the first round.
You
But
already
like,
saw it though.
yeah, I already saw it. So like when that happened, the whole like how I set it up, because a lot of the people they see the like 4 overhands that I threw, then I
Yeah.
switch it to the upper hook right. That will finish him. But right before that, I had done a lead uppercut with a hook, and he blocked the uppercut, and like the hook ate right here, clean right in. That like stumbled him, and right there when he stumbled, I kid you not, that split second to 1 second that I was like jumping, regaining my footwork, it was like 5 seconds in boxing time. Like in the
Yeah.
ring,
Yeah.
it was like 5 seconds of me talking to myself. It felt crazy because it was like out of
Slow
this
motion.
world. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like Jova, he's hurt. This is the time. Like if you,
Finish him.
yeah, I had just told Papi, I had promised my mom and dad that I was gonna knock him out. The guy was doing a lot of talking over the internet. In person, he said a lot to my mom and dad the day of weigh-in. I was like
Mm-mm.
done. Like
Yeah.
the day before the weigh, like the day of the weigh-in, Papi had to turn me around. I was taking off my watch, ready to go fight. Yeah, because he said something that I was walking to the room, like I was trying to avoid him. I walked to my room, and while I'm walking to the room, all I hear in the back is my mom. Tú lo que tienes un falta de respeto. Like, you're just very disrespectful. And I heard that, I was like, you're done. Yeah,
it's
you're,
over.
you're fucking
Cross the line.
wrong.
Yeah, you cross the line.
So I
That's it.
take off my watch and I start walking over there rushing. And I hear and Papi sees me. He goes, Vida, turn around. And I'm livid. I'm shaking. I'm like, no, there's no Vida here,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have to turn around, and I go to my hotel room really, really mad. And Papi obviously chews me out when we get to the room. He's like, what were you doing? What were you gonna do?
Yeah.
You're about to do this, and that. Like, you're about to waste your fight. I was like,
Yeah.
so yeah, but definitely that 5 seconds popped up, and I took advantage of it for sure. Like, it literally was
Finished
like,
it.
Joe, are you gonna do it now, or it's either now or never? And it was awesome. I tried to explain it to Papi, but I don't think I could ever like explain it well of how that split second was like 5 seconds.
Yeah. It was just like you could see it just like unfolding.
It was crazy.
Literally almost like a slow-mo though.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
It was
It's
it was
kinda
literally
wild.
like if you were in an anime and like they like break apart to like a little other zone talking about what's happening in the
Yeah.
anime. That's what happened. It was like it was awesome. I've
Yeah.
had that a couple times, but that one was like the most memorable.
So what would you say the hardest part about being a professional boxer that fans don't see?
Oof. Definitely, like most people will be like, "Oh yeah, he's always training and fighting hard in the ring and stuff like he's fighting every day." Yeah, that's true. I would say definitely like the hardest thing is mentally getting everything done and definitely being disciplined. But we have that very unchecked. My dad obviously helps me a lot with that. When I'm not feeling 100% disciplined, I'll get a call. Let's say he told me to run at 6 a.m., right? Because he's laughing now, but he wasn't laughing when it was on the phone. At 6 a.m., I want you at the LA Fitness. I want you at the track, right?
Yeah.
It's 7:30 and Jova hasn't left the house yet. I get a call. And once I wake up from the call, I already know it's him. And it says, "Pa," I'm thinking, shit, I'm freaking
Trouble.
late. Yeah, I answer the phone. He's like, ¿Qué carajo pasa que tú no te has ido de la casa? The fuck is wrong with you that you haven't left the house? And I'm like, oh, pa, I'm in bed. Pa, I'm about to leave right now. I was just finishing here and here.
He already knew.
And he's like, get up, get up. So like, yeah, then we have like he's like, me and you are gonna talk after the run. After the run, he's already happy because I already did it.
Yeah.
But he wants it at a certain time. So
Yeah.
definitely we've been fixing that. Definitely
Well,
I started with my
discipline.
dad at 8 years old. I'm
Yeah.
25. It's been 17 years of us fighting here, not fighting here, going really good for like 3 years, no fighting, then
Yeah.
a fight here, then so it's like on and off here and there. But that's because I mix boxer with son. He mixes father with coach, and like
It's hard not to.
depending on if I'm on son and he's on father or coach, and
Yeah.
the mix is gonna clash.
It does.
Definitely. So we've been working on it for sure.
I mean, it's all love at the end of the day.
Always.
I remember a couple of times that me and my dad is same thing. Like when it was heated,
hard.
like it's heat. But at the end of the day, though, you know, you're mad, you're pissed off, but you know, the next day or as soon as stuff cools down, it's game. It's
Yeah,
game on. Like it's
easy.
we forget it. It was this. It was that. We're going back to work.
Yeah, we
Because
never
you
even
are
like
father
addressed
son.
it like that either. It's like how you said, like it's part of it. So we're gonna keep going anyways.
That is the part I would say that people don't see is that father son relationship
Yeah.
when it's also coach boxer.
Yeah.
It is a very very there's a fine line there, but I liked it because my father at the end of the day and yours is the same way, and that's why I loved you had Craig in your corner too
Yeah.
when you were over in Japan is because at the end of the day they want to make sure that you're safe, and
Yes.
above all, I don't money winning. Obviously, do we want that? Yes, but at the end of the day, I want to know that my corner, your corner,
Wants the best for me.
wants first of all wants you to live to
Yeah.
fight another day. And that's what I love about your corner. And that's what I love about your father is in your corner because of that. And Craig, great people. And I don't know Memo that well, but I mean,
Memo's
obviously,
just like Papi, just less English.
I don't expect any less with you guys. I know that you would keep good quality people around you.
Mhm.
So I definitely wouldn't expect any less than that. So I know now that you're not with a promoter.
Yes.
You're just kind of freelancing
No
it.
manager, no promoter.
Would you say is it getting harder to find fights than actually winning the fights now?
It's hard to say because we took pretty much like a year off after the majority decision loss that we took with here in Caribe. And yeah, we took that year off of professional fighting, but we were doing the Team Combat League, which we're gonna get to that soon because I'm on Team Combat League for this one too. After winning the championship with New
Yeah,
York,
because it's just starting back up, right?
now it's just starting back up in March 27th, and I'm there.
So
So
you're fighting the 13th,
big
and then you're going
time.
in.
Big time. So that's gonna be fun.
Messing around.
That's gonna be a good talk. But yeah, definitely. Damn, what was the question? I had one side with the Team Combat
Oh,
League.
yeah. It was. Is it harder getting fights
Oh.
now than actually winning fights?
So we
without a
took that
promoter?
time off because we took it off. Definitely, we were getting offer here and there, like, oh, come on our show, come on our show.
Yeah.
So we were saying yes, and then we would be pushing it to the side. Then we started doing the Team Combat League, and we were like, all right, let's focus on this while we're at it. Then we were looking to fight. I want to say in like December, this last December, and it didn't go through. Then January, then February, and now we're in March, and it's going through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We found the right show, found what works with the right opponents and stuff like that, and yeah, I'm excited for it. But it hasn't been much of a. It's hard to find the fight. It's definitely been more like we were taking our time for the right comeback fight. You know what I mean?
So has it been fairly easy to work with the Pro Box guys? Because is this your first Pro Box card, right?
This is my second.
Second.
This is my second. My third professional fight was on a pro box card.
Okay, I
and
got
that
you.
was
So you've dealt with them
knockout.
before.
Yeah,
Let's go.
I fought another lefty dude, and yeah, that was first round knockout.
Listen, Jova, I don't want to put any pressure on you, but since I started this podcast here at the Stadium Club, every single person that came on here has won afterwards.
Very good.
All right.
Yeah, that's no pressure. This happened
So
March
let's
13th.
go.
I'm very confident.
If
in
they
either
came
training.
on literally right before their fight,
They
the
win.
week of, they've won.
Yes.
Not joking. Every single person. And there's been a couple upsets. Even Alex Rios
Whoa,
was
hey.
supposed to lose his last fight at the crib, or it was 2 fights ago.
On
Not the
purpose.
last one, but not the very last one because that one just happened.
Yeah.
But like a couple months, it was like 10-0. He's fighting a 10-0 guy, and he's like 9
I
and
think he
2.
was fighting Tyrese or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was on paper was
Yep.
not supposed to win that fight. And he won that fight. But he came on my podcast that week of the fight. So I'm like, let's
It's the
go. I'm
magic
like, he
touch.
was the one I was like, okay, I'm a little worried. He's gonna break my streak here for the
Could.
podcast.
Yeah.
And he didn't. He made it. He won.
Yeah, and it's not gonna be me. I'm definitely gonna keep that streak live and going. I'm trying to add to the streak and with the knockout.
I appreciate that, man. So obviously, listen, I keep bringing this up just because it's relevant. You're 14-2. You're coming off of 2 straight losses.
Yes.
What does a win do for your career right now? This win, March 13th, this is a pretty big fight in that regards because
Yes.
you're coming off of 2 straight after a 14-0 start.
Yes.
How excited will you be after this win?
I know I'm gonna
You
be
like how I
super
put that? I
excited.
said after this win.
Yeah, exactly. You said it very well. Mommy would be like, great job. But definitely,
Speak it into existence.
I'm very excited because I know after the win, all those emotions are gonna come back. I'm not a sore loser, but obviously I don't like losing at all. So those are definitely tough feelings. But yeah, winning, I definitely that's the feeling that I strive for. That's what we train for.
Yeah.
That's what all we want. And I feel like it's gonna bring back a lot of memories. It's gonna my drive has been feeling amazing. Like my want to fight, my want to train has been feeling amazing. I know that's just gonna amplify it more. So I'm very excited.
If everything goes right on March 13th, what statement are you trying to make?
I'm back. I'm back for sure. But I'm back and better. So I'm not just the 14 and 0. I'm looking at it like I'm gonna be the 15 and 0. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm not even thinking about those two losses. I'm back and I'm stronger and we've changed a lot of things. We fixed a lot of things. So it's more like an upgrade.
I love it.
That's what I'm looking forward to do. I want to do a very good statement of in the ring, but of just my my physical appearance in the ring, my physical like my boxing control of the ring. I want everything to be upgraded.
All right. Just to lighten the mood just a little bit here.
Talk to me.
I want to do like a little rapid fire.
I like these.
All right. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 5 questions. And
Okay.
try not to think about them too long.
So you want
You're a
one or
boxer.
two one or two word answers, or you want
You can say whatever you well, they're you'll see when I ask them, they're not too long-winded. They're kind
Okay.
of almost like it'll be a shorter answer for sure.
the truth?
But just give it to me how you hear it, okay? And we're gonna try to rock and roll pretty fast there.
Got you.
All right. Toughest opponent you've faced so far.
Aaron McKenna.
Favorite boxer of all time.
Oh, that's hard. I'll say between Terrence Crawford and, but I don't say all time. I say like of my favorites,
Okay.
but definitely Terrence Crawford and Canelo.
I love it. Dream fight of any era for you.
Like me versus the person.
Of any era though. Like if we can go back way back even, you'd be like, I want to fight this guy.
I would say like really a fighter that I really like watching is Thomas Hearns.
You would love to fight Thomas Hearns.
I wouldn't really like to fight
Yeah.
him, but I definitely I like that. I like
That's
that for
pretty
sure.
cool. What's your favorite punch to land?
The overhand.
Best moment of your career so far.
I lied on the last one. Maybe left body shot.
Okay.
I like the body shot when it takes like a second and they go
Yeah.
down. But
Okay.
all right, what were you saying?
The liver shot. The
Yeah.
best moment of your career so far.
I say that uppercut that I landed. Either that one, the knockout that I gave on Matchroom, or the knockout that I gave right before that to the undefeated fighter, the Chris Thompson. That one,
That was
those
it?
knockdowns were we didn't expect it to happen.
I love that.
Definitely.
The non-expected knockouts are the best
Yes.
ones, right? When you're not forcing it, it just happens.
Yeah.
All right. When you we're done with the rapid fire.
Okay.
Now we can kind of relax, even though that wasn't that fast. Okay. When you step into the ring, knowing another man is trying to knock you unconscious, what goes through your mind in that moment?
Definitely in all the trainings, all the experience that I have, all the defense that my father has shown me, all the defense that I've learned in sparrings and trainings. When I throw a punch, I'm thinking about the next 2 or 3 that are coming at me or that could come at me. So when the person throws a jab, I'm thinking of, okay, the next thing that should be coming is a right hand. If he throws the right hand, depending on where his body's located or where his body's angled, it's gonna be head or body the hook. If not, he's gonna throw another right. So I'm always trying to be 2 or 3 steps ahead for that doesn't happen. It's been 17 years and knock on wood, never been happened. So we're gonna keep it like that.
I love Floyd Mayweather used to always say this, and I repeat it. It's like I'm playing chess, they're playing checkers.
Yes. That's
Checkers
the
is
goal.
one move at a time. Chess is 2, 3, 4 moves down
Yes.
the road. And that's Bernard Hopkins used to do. He used to set traps all the time.
Yeah.
And people don't understand what that means. That's a lot of things. Like, right? I might throw a little feint at you, or I might throw a jab to your body, and I know that
Yeah.
you know it's coming, you might knock it down. But then I'm gonna look down again and then come up top or
I
something.
do that with Papi. So
Oh.
like literally in sparrings, we be talking about it all the time. I'll get back to the corner and he's like, in Spanish, he'll say, tiene que setear ese jab abajo y arriba. And I'm like, yeah, I'm throwing what I call bitch jabs.
Yeah.
So those are those jabs.
Oh
that
yeah,
it's
you're
like,
just like,
"Doom,
yeah, yeah.
doom," and then I'll go.
Mm-hmm.
That person
a
will see that
setup.
slow ass
That's a
jab
trap.
and they'll be like, oh yeah,
That's a trap.
throw that slow jab again.
Yep.
So yeah, I'll tell Papi, I'm like, I'm setting it up with this jab, like that word jab, right? And either the next round or sometimes I'll call it 2 or 3 rounds before. Like, I'm setting up. I'm working on the inside this round for I can set something up in the mid range next round. So we've been doing that. That's another change that we've done to this camp. Talking about which, not only what we want to practice, but in which zone you want me to do it. Like close range, mid range, or far range.
Yeah.
So as you've seen, the boxing abilities from on the far range are really they're fairly good. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
have them very pinned down.
100%.
So then the mid range, I have it good too. And some people think that maybe the close range, I might not have it because I have very long arms, but I wasn't always with long arms. When I was 15 to like, I would say 14 to like 17, I used to love banging in the amateur fights. It was banging time. And mommy didn't like that. Mommy wanted like,
Smart mom.
fight from
Smart mama.
outside. And I'm like, nah, it's bang time. So I feel like we can work most of the ranges very well.
So I actually had Anthony Arvello on the podcast last
Yes.
time, and he reminded me that I actually saw you fight in the amateurs.
Yes.
You were the main event at the Guilt
Yes, I
for
was
one of his cards.
defending one of my titles.
Yes, and you won a belt. It was some belt they were doing for
Yep.
the amateur
It
boxing.
was the
program.
undisputed belt, and I that was actually the third time defending it. So they would
There you
have
go,
like
that's-
that belt, and you would have to win it, and then you would have to defend it 3 times, and that's what I did. 4 fights in a row with that belt. So
I
really
think
good.
I want to say I think I want to say you were like 16. How old are you right
yeah,
now?
I'm 25.
That
it
makes
must have
about
been, it must have been like 17, 18. for
Yeah,
sure.
literally, because I moved here in like 2013, but I didn't do any really boxing stuff. I didn't really start going to the boxing stuff till like a lot later.
Yeah.
But like I'm positive I saw you fight. You were like 16 and you fought a guy. And I remember it and I brought it up to him. I was like, I need to bring that up to Jova next time he comes on the podcast because I don't think I've told you that. I actually saw one of your
That's
amateur
crazy.
fights. And I just remember it because it was the Guilt, and those fights actually were kind of cool. It was
Yeah,
a
I
very
fought there
small
like
venue,
4 times,
but so intimate and loud, and like
and it was selling out
to
too.
fight as an amateur there, that's like a pro show.
Yeah, it
with
definitely
the
felt like a
crowd.
pro show.
Yeah, and that's what he was talking about. He was like, yeah, we were trying to get these guys already kind of get their feet wet
Yeah,
as an amateur. That way when they went pro, it was no different.
and I think he did that very well with those. And then he went to pro am shows too. So
Mhm.
when I debuted, it was on I was the undercard of Robbie. Robbie was the main
Robbie
show.
Burwell.
Yeah, Robbie Burwell was and he was literally I was preparing myself for that debut fight, and he was the main event of that fight, and we were sparring. So I was sparring with the main event.
That's pretty
So
cool.
I was getting great work, especially as an amateur. I debuted at 147, and he was fighting at 160. So I was getting rough work, tough work, and he was showing me a lot of tricks for sure. I always thank Robbie when I see him.
Yeah, I mean, I think I was telling Anthony, I was just like, I never had that chance as an amateur. I fought in national 170 amateur fights, so I had
Look at
plenty of
that.
experience. But it is different when you turn
Yeah,
pro. Like you
big
know
time.
this, you 16 professional fights now. You're a veteran, by the way.
Yes.
You're a veteran pro now. You're a veteran because your feet has been wet. You've been around for a little bit now. You've experienced the business of pro boxing, the sport of pro boxing, all of that. So you know that you're a veteran now, man. But it's different. It just is different from amateur to pro. I remember, and I told Anthony this on the podcast. I was just like, dude, my pro debut, I was so hyped. I fought a guy who was, I think he had like 9 pro fights, my pro debut.
Yeah.
And I came out there so hyped up. I mean, I think I used more energy getting to the ring because I was from I fought in my hometown, which is where they all knew me from 6 years old. And now I'm 20 years old. So I've been fighting around there. It was huge. It was a big deal, like, right? But it was different than amateur boxing because you just go to the ring, you fight, and then you're done. But this is a pro fight. I go to the ring, I go in there. I hit this guy with everything I had for 2 straight rounds. Okay. And to me, I thought he was just eating it.
Yeah.
But so the second round finishes, I go back to the corner between the second and the third round.
Are you feeling it? You're like,
Oh no, I look at my dad and I'm like, I'm like, Pops, I'm really tired. Like,
Tired.
and it was 2 rounds. And I was like, I'm spent. I was like, because I literally was, I mean,
you're
I
trying
was
to take him out.
I was throwing the kitchen sink,
Everything.
everything at this guy. Thank God to this day. Like, I wouldn't have quit, but thank God to this day, the guy quit in between the rounds. He said he had a broken rib. And I was like, when he quit, and we're standing up to go out for the third round, and he doesn't get up, I'm like, it was a sigh of relief,
because you
actually.
know that you don't have to look for that energy anywhere.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Because you would have found it. You would have found some
yes,
type
right?
of energy
You
to
would've dug deep.
finish and win those last 2 rounds.
But
But
man, I was worried because I was like, this is the first time without a headgear. This was like, I'm like, I don't have a lot left. And this guy just kept coming and kept coming.
Yeah.
But obviously, I was doing some damage because for him, he felt he was like, I've been giving this guy all I've got too, and he's still coming back. So like, thankfully, I think mentally I made him quit too.
For
I don't
sure.
think he quit because of the rib, maybe
That's what I'm
because I
thinking.
landed some good ones too. But I think mentally, I think he was just like, I'm kind of tired too.
You were coming back after that first and second round, like, damn, I'm using a lot of energy. I'm tired. And he was
Yeah,
coming back like, I'm getting hit.
yeah,
I'm getting
yeah.
hit. This is hurting. This is hurting. So like he
And he was
probably
a little
talked to
bit
his
old.
team and he was like, yeah, we're not gonna win this fight. So let's just
I mean, I'm thankful for it. His name is Anthony Nelson, and I'm so thankful
thank you,
for it. After that,
Anthony.
yeah, no joke. Like I don't know, man. I was very appreciative that he quit in that corner, and I wish I could see him to this day. I wonder where he's at because I would tell him that story. And he's probably like, I would love to hear what his thoughts were.
Yeah, in
But
the
I bring
moment.
yeah in that moment because it's so interesting. That's what's so cool about being a pro boxer too is because what the fans see on the outside can be totally different from what's going on the inside, right?
That's
Because
true.
all my fans that saw that fight, they were probably like, I was super confident looking,
Yeah.
but I was
But they
like,
didn't know how you were really feeling.
between that second and the third round, I was very, very insecure.
Yeah. You
I
had
mean,
some
I
nerves.
was. I
You
was
had some
like,
nerves on you
I'm
there.
like, I'm tired. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I know that I'm talented, but when you don't got no gas in the engine, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter, right? Like if there's no gas in the car, it's not gonna go anywhere. You can have the biggest engine in your vehicle, but if
Yeah.
there's no gas in that, you're going nowhere.
Yep.
That's what I felt like.
I be talking to Bobby about that all the time. Like, that's like one of the worst feelings.
Oh
The
my,
very worst
100%,
feelings. You
100%.
like there's no point in having a Lamborghini that drives 200 miles per hour and that everybody sees it and it's like, wow, when in the fourth round, fifth round, you're like, there's no gas.
Nothing,
The car's not going. Like,
nothing.
and then you gotta find that second gas tank, and
Yep.
you gotta look at your dad and get cursed at, and then you get some energy for like you get like a good like minute
Yeah.
30 of like, all right, yeah, I got some energy.
Yeah, now I got it. You found it.
Yeah,
I always tell everybody, your brain there's an emergency switch in your brain when things start to get a little bit crazy and your body tells you, hey, this is danger zone.
yeah,
But professional athletes have that next level. We don't listen to that
nah,
because we know that our mind tells us stop, but we know that our body's got a little bit more.
yeah. It has a
And
little
that's the
more. You
difference.
have to push more.
And you have to. And that's the difference between a professional athlete and just a normal person is most people get tired and they shut down.
Yeah,
But a professional athlete, a high level one, doesn't shut down.
yeah,
They find that next gear. And that's the difference between good and great too, right there. Like you can just be an average person or you can be a great person. And I think you showed that you have that grit, man, in that 10th round of a McKenna fight. You could have shut it down and
that whole
nobody would
thing.
have said anything.
Yeah,
And
that
you didn't.
when Craig did that thing in the 6th round with my father and stuff, I'm not gonna lie. Of course, I was thinking, but we're gonna finish, and then like in the middle of like the 7th or I want to say like the 8th round or 9th round, I was getting hit with certain shots that I'm like, damn, like he's so fast, he hits so hard, like I should be like there. It's not. It wouldn't be a surprise if I was on the floor, but I'm not going on the floor. That's the last thing
You
I'm gonna
didn't,
do.
man. You didn't.
I'm not going down. I'm gonna finish this fight. And there was like a moment in like the 8th or 9th round that I was like, damn, like these rounds are long. Like I if only this fight was freaking done already. Like,
Yeah.
but I'm glad we pushed those 8, 9, 10 round. I wish the 20 or 30 seconds that was left I could have finished just to be on record, no stoppage. But definitely I was
But do you
very
think it would
happy.
really, but do
It
you
wouldn't have
think
done nothing.
mentally?
I would have
Exactly. That's
lost.
what I'm saying. Either way, do
I
you
would have
think it
lost.
would have mentally changed anything
No,
though for you?
I would have lost 100 to freaking 80 anyways, so
And
it
it was
didn't
the
matter.
best thing ever
Yeah.
to do that. And I feel like that, yeah, that's why I'm glad to see that you're very intelligently and maturely taking that because
Yes.
sometimes it's not about finishing that fight for whatever reason to say,
Yeah.
oh my God, I did that. Who gives a crap?
Yeah.
I want you to live to fight another day. And you were young enough to where, look where you're at now. You're
Yeah.
sitting here, you're 14-2. You're going into another fight March 13th. You've had an awesome team combat career, by the
And
way,
we're gonna talk about that too.
which is awesome. And we need to. First, I want to ask you something this. What scares you more, losing the fight or never getting the opportunity in the first place?
I would say I already lost 2 fights, so the whole losing the fight, like obviously we're gonna avoid that at all costs. We want to win at all costs, but definitely not getting the opportunity. Imagine that right now we couldn't fight for whatever reason for the next 5 years. What have I been doing for 17 years, and what do I do now? Now it would be like, this is what I know how to do. This is what I do very well. So this is my passion. This is my job. So like, definitely, I would say not having the opportunity.
Yeah.
would be like not having the opportunity to show all the work that me and my father have done since 8 years old. So definitely that.
I mean, that's tough, but people don't realize too is there's so much more that goes into boxing than I've had this conversation with many people because I had came from the amateurs to the pros. The pros are more of a business. It's
Yeah.
business first, boxing second. And it is. And
Yeah.
that's the truth. It really is. And you could say whatever you want about it, but it's true because you have to handle the business first and then you handle the boxing second.
Yes.
But it is. It's such a business now.
And I'm about that whole business part, and then the boxing part. I'm very happy to have the team that I have, and especially as you see, I got my mama over there, but she handles mostly everything business. Like my she, so my dad handles the boxing with me, and he handles a lot of the business.
Yeah.
But my mom is like on
She's
top of
savior.
tickets, on top of sponsors, on top of opportunities. Like she helps me, and she's definitely my savior for sure. On the boxing, she can say two or three things like, "Oh, Joe, I think you should do this. I think you should do this," and now look at Papi like, "We're gonna leave that to Papi. The boxing will leave it to my dad. You keep being the quote unquote the crazy lady in the fights. The no, that's my son, and we'll keep the boxing with Papi. I gotta stick with Papi for you can keep being that crazy lady."
Well, listen, my mother is also here today too.
Yeah.
So I can definitely reflect and testify to what you're saying is true as well.
Yes.
My mama, to this day, she'll probably tell me after this podcast too, things that I should have done better in the boxing ring.
Always.
And I'm like, Mom, you ain't never competed. What are you talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
My mom will go to a boxing match. Oh my gosh. Matter of fact, we went to a boxing matches. Craig came. It was, I can't remember when it was, but it was just recent. It was pretty recent. Omari was fighting here, I think it was while
Okay.
we were there. Omari Jones.
Yeah.
And my mom came. Oh my goodness, my mom was yelling so much, and we were first row, and like Craig and them were right behind us, and I was just like, yeah, that's my mom. Like she knows everything. She knows boxing.
Yeah.
My mama, God bless her soul,
Yeah.
she's been to all of our fights, but just being there
She
makes her
learns,
feel
of
like
course.
but she does, but also she
See,
doesn't.
exactly.
Yes,
That's why I say that's what I say to my mom.
she
Like she
does.
knows. She knows what she's looking at. She knows what she's watching. Maybe she doesn't know how it's gonna get set up or
Yeah,
like the intricacies of it,
yeah, yeah.
but she knows what she's watching
Yeah, she knows they listen, they know more than the average person.
for sure.
100%
Big time.
than the average guy sitting on his couch. Well, they both know more than that.
Yeah.
But they don't know the whole thing. It's a little different.
Sorry to break it to you, mom. You've never been punched in your face.
It changes.
No
Changes
punches,
the
and
game.
that changes everything.
It changes everything. It is not even close, man. It's insane. All right, I have another question for you. So, being a former fighter myself, being in the ring, I know that it can be lonely in that ring,
Yes.
right? When that bell rings, your corner's behind you though.
Yes.
But do you feel alone while you're in there?
Certain moments, definitely in the I didn't feel alone in the McKenna fight, but definitely I felt there was certain moments that I felt, I guess in a way like helpless, like damn, I've done everything I could and nothing's working. I would get back to the corner and the only thing I could say to my father was, "I'm trying." And he's like, "I don't want you to try. I want you to do." And I'm
Yeah.
like, "I'm doing it, but it's not working."
Yeah.
So I'm trying my best. Or, "Oh, you need to set up this, and that." And then when I do try to set up this, and that, and I take 3 hits, I'm like, I'm not doing that anymore. So
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's one of the main things that I don't like happening when I have to go back into the corner and have to tell them like, I'm trying to do this. I'd
Yeah.
rather just, and we've been fixing that too, just adapting however we have to.
Yeah.
Try to adapt. It's never gonna be easy. So when something gets in front of me, a roadblock, I have to either go around it or over it. So
100%. And I've talked about this many times. If it were easy,
everybody would do it.
everybody would do it.
I said that yesterday. We were doing the weight cut and stuff like that, and I
It's
have
supposed to be hard.
my friend from Puerto Rico, Raul Sosa, that he's gonna be debuting the next week after me, and he's doing the weight cut with me, so he's getting like the actual training.
Yeah.
I'm as you said a veteran. I have 16
You are
professional
now.
fights. He's getting top of the line training with my dad and with Memo, and he's training with me. He's training with Taz Colon that has around 9 fights as well. With Chino Lozano that all of us are professional fighters and we all push each other. So he's gonna get his debut and he should be mentally like way more ahead than other people. You're training with actual fighters like that are on that ranking. You know what I mean? So I was sitting with him after doing the weight cut and stuff like that. We're all dripping sweat. We just weighed in, and I look at him, and he's like, in Spanish, he goes, "Diablo, está cabrón esto. Like this shit is crazy." And I go, if everybody in Spanish, I told him, si fuera fácil, todo el mundo lo hiciera. And he's like, that's true. That's true. So if it was easy, everybody would do it for sure. And he looks at me, and we have this joke in the gym, me and him, because he always says he's the number one, right? But I have my fight March 13th, so he's like, Jova, tú puedes ser el número uno para esta
Número
semana.
uno, yeah.
Tú eres número one. I'm number two. And I was like, okay, good. And I was like, and then when you fight, you're number one or
Yeah.
number two.
I like that's a good gym.
Yeah.
I love that.
We push each other for sure.
Is who was the guy that when I was over there in January for the Serrano fight?
That was
that Chino?
Yandiel. Yeah, that was Chino.
Yeah.
Yandiel, Chino Lozano.
Okay,
And
so
he
I
did
seen him
amazing.
fight. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
did
did amazing.
great.
So we went over there. I went over there to Puerto Rico to go support. I actually went to his fight in Scotland when he fought in Scotland as well.
Right on. I
I
didn't
went
know
to
that.
go support that as well. I actually this week, so I fight March 13th, and we have two people fighting, and I'm trying my best to make it to both. I have Taz Colon.
Mhm.
That's even my sparring partner. He moved up to 147. He's my sparring partner now. We do everything together: the trainings, the runnings, everything like that. And he fights. I want to say it's the 21st, and
Where at?
in Ocala, Florida. So I can make that.
That's easy.
The
Easier?
Raul Sosa fights a day before in Puerto Rico.
Oh,
So Memo's gonna be at both, but Memo has to get on a flight at 12 p.m. at night, right after the other fight. So I want to make both, but if I have to, if Memo's gonna be over there in Puerto Rico and stuff like that, I could
Just
stay here with Taz. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
I want to make it to Raul because obviously he's my guy and he's debuting. So, but I'm gonna see.
Yeah.
Depending on how everything goes, I could make. I'm trying my best to make it to both, but then I gotta think. I have my Team Combat League 27.
Yeah.
So I might stay.
You gotta worry about
here.
yourself a little bit, man.
Exactly.
You
So
do. Sometimes you have to do. Sometimes that's not selfish. Sometimes
I'll
that's
make it to the
self
Ocala fight.
self-preservation.
Yes.
You need a little bit of that. I didn't. What are the fights in Ocala? I didn't know they were having fights in Ocala.
Where are the fights in Ocala? We'll get back to that.
Yeah, yeah.
But
That's
yeah.
pretty cool because Ocala's not far. They're having the 21st. They're having March 21st is here.
Yes.
Eddie Hearn's doing the fights at Caribe Royale.
Yeah, I saw that as well.
I'll be at those fights. Amari Jones is fighting back here again too.
Yes.
But let's touch a little bit on Team Combat League,
This
brother,
is gonna be a good one.
because you were on the
New York.
team
Attitude.
the New York Attitude that won the whole thing.
Yes.
right?
The champions. We won.
And I'm still such a rookie when it comes to Team Combat League, but Team Combat League has become pretty popular.
It is.
And I
it
think
is.
it's kind of a cool concept. And listen, I'll tell you this. We'll swing back to Team Combat League, but I wanted to
Yeah.
touch on this that combat sports right now, mainly boxing, is so popular.
I agree.
Think about all of the people, all of the networks now are getting back into it.
Yeah.
You got Dana White with Zuffa League.
Yep.
You got Jake Paul and them just signed a deal with ESPN now.
I
Did
didn't
you
know.
see that?
No, I didn't even know.
A couple days ago. So boxing's back on ESPN for at least 2 years. They signed a 2-year
That's
deal
awesome.
with them. So MVP is going to be on there with the women fighters and all of that.
That's awesome.
You got DAZN. You got Paramount Plus because of Dana White. Boxing is Team Combat League. And then you have all these little spinoffs like bare knuckle boxing. You have
Yeah.
dirty boxing. Mike Perry started that
I
league.
saw that too.
Combat sports right now are the most popular sports in the world. We're talking about global.
Mm-mm.
And it's insane. So it's kind of cool to be a part of all of that. Now, swinging it back, Team Combat League. They're starting. Will this be the first part of the season?
Yeah, this will be the first, at least for my team, it
Yeah.
will be the first fight. I think other teams are fighting a week before, like I want to say the 13th or 18th or something
Yeah.
like that. But for my team that I'm gonna be on, it's gonna be March 27th is the first fight.
So, Team Combat League, are you going to be on the same team? with them?
Mm-mm.
You're on a different
Not
team.
this time. Yeah.
So that's my question then. How does that work? Is there a draft or is there just like, hey, we negotiate with certain people, we want this guy, we want this guy? How does that work?
So last season I didn't have to do a draft, or this season, but last season I didn't have to do a draft because I was kind of I started as a replacement. Somebody that was fighting at the 160 category, because it's every 2 weeks, so it's not gonna be at 154.
Mhm.
But it was at the 160 category. Their person either I think got cut or was injured and couldn't make it to the fight, so they called Memo because Taz, my other
And you were like in the cold tub or something.
yeah,
I
I
still
was in
remember
the
this.
cold tub.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I still remember this from the last podcast we did.
Yeah, so they called. I'm in the cold tub, and they call Mamo talking about, yo, do you have a 160? And he goes, I'm looking at Jeovanny Estela right now. Like he could
Let's
do whatever
go.
you want. We can make 160, and yeah, we set that up, and it was probably like a week or a week and a half after, and that's how I started. I did a great performance against a really good fighter as a pro. He's like 22-1. The guy that I debuted against in Team Combat League, he was like 22-1 with like 18 knockouts and smoked them from outside. He couldn't see me. You know what I mean? So right there, the team talked to me and they were like, listen, we want to put you to fight in this next show again, like this next event that we have, and talk about you joining the team after that. And I did another 2-0 again. Smoked whoever I went against in that one, and then they get the call to join the NYC Attitude. We ended up doing, I want to say I did the last like 7-8 fights or like 7 events with them, stuff like that. We did a great amount of fights, won a lot of fights. Did the story of the movie line of our team got dropped out, then we got back in, and then we won the championship. So it went really good. I even fought that same day that we won the championship. I fought in the All-Star team for the Team USA. So there was Team World versus Team USA. So that was an amazing call. I was there for both.
That's
You know what I
pretty
mean?
cool. What is this the fourth
Fourth
year,
season.
right? That's kind of cool,
Yeah.
man. Like obviously it's working a little bit if they're having 4 seasons.
Yeah. So
So-
first season, Team New York won. Second season, Team Philly won. Third season, we just won against Team Philly. So it was the champ versus the champ, and we went against each other.
Which was ironic because we talked about this. I remember
Yeah.
that New York, you can't actually fight there,
No, we haven't fought in New York.
but you have a New York team,
yeah. but we
which
have
is
a New York team.
hilarious. But
So,
I see, I remember some stuff. People
Yeah.
say I box a lot, but people like, oh, Trav, you don't remember stuff because I'm like, no,
you're
listen,
hip.
I remember that stuff. I've
yeah,
we had this conversation, dude. I've been boxing since I was 6 years old, Giovanni.
look at that.
I am 42.
And you carry it very well. I was
I
expecting like a
appreciate
good
that.
36, 35. I was expecting more.
I appreciate that. You know what? That's is why you're coming back on the podcast more.
See?
So I appreciate that.
But you asked me about the team.
Yeah.
So I
So
was
what
on
team
Team
are
New
you on?
York. I was on Team New York, and we had gotten on, without getting into too much detail, they had set up a group chat with like 18 of us, like, oh, if you guys are ready to be back on the team.
No, give me
let us
some
know,
detail.
this
Give
and
me
that.
some detail.
Without getting into much detail, because I know mommy and papi wouldn't like that. But no, I had an amazing run with NYC, and if everything was right, I still would have been on NYC.
Yeah.
Just certain things didn't fall into play, certain new rules. So last season it was like, I could be in Team NYC and they pay my flight and hotel when I get there. Now it's a different rule. If you're not living in the state and leaving from the state that you are fighting for, so I would, for my hotel and my travel to be paid, I would have to be leaving from the NYC airport. You know what I mean? I would have to be
yeah,
living
yeah,
there, training there. So
Yeah.
it's a little different. So now all that money that would be getting taken out of my whatever
Nah.
my purse.
That's not a good deal.
So it was like, yeah, I'm still getting a little bit more than this much, but I'm still getting however much taken out, and I don't want anything taken out. So that was one of them. And then the second thing was like the person when I first subbed in for the person that I subbed in for New York, he's back in good, like healed and stuff. So now they got their number one now. Now I would be the backup. Or if not, I would be the backup to the backup. So I'm like, I'm not a backup.
No.
I'm not a backup. So like I talked to the coach and they were like, okay, so can you move? Remember, it's 160 plus 4. They have a weight allowance.
Yep.
So I
you
was fighting at
164.
164. Exactly. Now the next weight class is like 168. So he's like, oh, if you can't be 164 because we got already the backup in the backup, why don't you just go to 172 and I can put you as the number one? No, that's not my weight class.
You're almost light heavyweight at that point.
Exactly.
175 is light
and I'm
heavyweight.
going down to 164. I go down like 10 pounds.
Yeah.
Just something small because it's every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what are these guys gonna be coming down from? I was like, I told him, I was like, listen, coach, I finish my training every day at like 170, 172. Fighting at 172 is not gonna be good.
No.
And he's like, oh, then can you make 154 every 2 weeks? No, I can't do that.
Yeah, I can't
So,
if you
like-
pay me a lot of money.
Yeah, so like I didn't really like the responses that I was getting. I was showing my dad and my coach the responses and how they were like playing it. So, but anyways, we went I went to the other teams because they have a Miami team. They have a Las Vegas team. So I hit up friends that
They
was
have a
on the
Miami
Las
team?
Vegas team. Yeah, they have the Miami Assassins. So I hit up my friend on that I was on the All-Star team with him, that he's in Vegas. I was like, oh, talk to them. He talked to them. But while he was talking to them, I hit up friends that I have on the Miami team. I was like, it would be perfect. No reduce on the money. No taking off from my hotel and stay. Like,
you're
and I'm
Miami.
staying in Miami. I can fight in Miami. We fight in Miami.
Heck yeah.
So yeah, I talked to the like two or three guys that are on the team already situated. They talked to the coach, and the coach already knew who I was. He gave me a call. He was like, "Listen, I can put you at 160," and I was like, "Okay, but would I be the backup or would I be no, Joe? You'd be the number one. Get your medicals done, and I want you. Let's do it."
Numero uno.
Yeah, so I
Okay,
was
so
like,
that you
"This
said
guy's pretty
medicals.
cool."
Is there anything different that when you do the team combat league, do you have to do anything different than you have to do for your boxing matches?
Yeah, so here I got to get the Florida State, uh, like the Florida State medicals and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But
the number ones.
the only thing that's different is I got to get two or three different states. So it's like I think the California State Commission and the Nashville State Commission because the other
What do you
commissions
mean
that
you have to get there? So you have to get there. You have
their
to pass
paperwork,
there. Oh, okay. So like
their
some
paperwork. I got to get their paperwork filled out the same way like if I was fighting in Florida. But I've never fought in Cali. But I guess
Yeah.
that's like I guess like a general.
Yeah, they do more. You have to have an MRI.
Yeah.
You have to have an ophthalmologist,
Yes,
not
I
just
just
an eye
came out.
test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did that, and then yeah, we fight in Arizona, Boston, Philly, stuff like that. But I have March 27th in Miami against Atlanta. Then it's like February, March, April 16th.
March
Then
27th in Atlanta. I want to go, dude.
no, March
go see
27th in Miami versus
I want to
Atlanta.
go. I need to go. Oh,
Then
first I need to go.
I got 8, so you're gonna make it to some of them.
I need to
And
go.
4 of them are in Miami. 4
I
of
need
them
to
are in
go. I
Miami.
need to go. I want
One's
to go.
in Nashville. So
My brother actually lives in Fort Lauderdale. He has a
Look at
house in Fort Lauderdale.
You can
I need to
make it.
go. We need to go. I need to go.
And so January, March, April, May. May is gonna be the busiest month. Because as I told you, I got March 27th and then April 16th. So that's like 2 weeks, maybe
When
3
in
weeks.
May?
That's what I was about to say. It's the busiest. May 1st, May 7th. No, May 1st, May 9th.
In Miami or where's it at?
The first one's in Miami, the next one's in Atlanta. The next one's in Nashville, the next one's in Miami. But it's
I like all those places.
May 1st, May 9th, May 17th, and May like 27th. So that's like back to back.
I can
to
do
back.
May, but middle of May to the end of May, my wife we're going to Paris. She's
Ooh.
commentating for the French Open.
Wow.
Roland
Congratulations.
Garros. Yeah, she
That's
just
fire.
got that gill.
That's
Like
amazing.
she's played French Open, but she's commentating. That's the first gig. So 2
Wow.
weeks we're gonna be over there. And then
What an opportunity.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
Very nice.
She's pretty cool. That's why she's with the podcast, because she's the real brains behind the podcast.
Yes.
So Team Combat League is awesome, man. I've
Yes.
never been. I'm telling you right now, I'll make a pledge to you right now. I will come to at least one. I'd
Yes.
like to come to more. Especially if it's in Miami.
Yeah.
Because
There's 8 regular season
the
fights.
Bright Line train goes
Perfect.
straight to Fort Lauderdale and Miami, but I
Yeah.
can go to Fort Lauderdale where my brother lives and then just peace
the
out down
drive
there,
with him,
dude.
yeah.
I would love to go watch one of those. It just sounds pretty cool.
It's
'Cause
super
one
entertaining.
round. I love it. You know what I think why you do so good too is if it's only one round and you're a good boxer, I can promise you right now that I can probably box anybody for one
Yeah,
round.
exactly.
Right? Like
With the right skills, the right
right?
yeah, be
the
smart.
range, the everything. Like this guy could be coming at me for a whole 3 minutes. I don't give. It's only one. It's only one. Or
Yeah.
it's only one round. So I promise you, your style matches up perfect with Team Combat
It's been
League
working really
because you are a very good boxer. You have good range. You have good reach. You have good jab. Like it's perfect.
And when I connect, then I'll change it. Then I'll go forward. Or
Yeah.
if I connect going forward, then I'll like try to stop it because you do
I
get
love
bonus
that.
points. Now they changed the points. It was last season. I think it was like on a normal 10-9, and if you won, like if you got to drop it, a drop, it would be 10-8. But if you stop the person, it would be 10-7. That's big. Like your team just won 3 points, and
Yeah.
now it's different. Now it's if me and you fight and I win the round, my team gets 1 point, you get 0 points. So now the team can just keep going 10-0. It's 24 rounds, so it would be 24-0 if we won every round. But
Yeah.
this is
But you
where it
get
changes.
drops.
Now it's if you give one drop, it's 2 points to 0, like because I win the
Fair.
round.
Yeah.
But if you win by knockout, which is I think it's after 2 knockdown rule or 3 knockdown rule, it's 4 points. So now it's big time. Like
Yeah. So if you
a
come out
knockdown
and knock
is
a guy
big.
out and knock him down like
Yeah.
twice,
That's it.
That's a game
4-0
changer.
right there. The fight just started and it's 4-0. That's amazing.
who is your guys' heavyweight?
We had Price Taylor. Price Taylor was our heavyweight. We had a bunch of heavyweights that were coming on and off, but we had Price Taylor, and he was the champion. He was on the champion team on season 1 and season 3. He's the only double champ.
That's pretty cool. So
as a heavyweight. for
what
sure.
so how many weight classes are there in Team Combat League?
I want to say there's like 12. Say there's like 12 to 14 different weight classes between men and women. So yeah, they start all the way. I think the smallest men are like 118 or 120, or I want to say like 120 and plus four, something like that. And
Yeah.
then the women start at like 118 plus four.
How many women do they have and how many men do they have?
I want to say it's like 118, 125, like one.
Do they do the same as many women as there's men, or is it
No,
different?
I
No.
want to say it's
Less.
like up to like for the women. I think it's like up to like 160, maybe less.
Yeah.
Like it's like from like 118 to like one. I think the most I've seen is like 147, something like that. 147 plus four, something like that. We had a killer on our team. Like the girls that we had on our team in New York, Stacey Stuttles. She was nasty. I think she was fighting at 140 or 135, and she was giving stoppages left and right. We had Christina Cruz at 118. She was
I remember
giving
Cruz.
stoppages, giving boxing lessons. So like we had really good females on our team. So those female fights are really important because if we have those monsters on our team, those are
Now?
give me rounds. You know what I mean? Like
But also, I'm gonna get more points now for
Yeah.
stoppages.
yeah. Oh, especially now. But like I'm
Yeah.
talking about in that time, if you don't have a good girl on your team, I know mine is gonna blow yours out. And if we get a drop or a stoppage, even better. So like those were like sometimes like especially against Stacia, the other team would either not bring their girl for because they already know Stacia was gonna stop her. So we wouldn't bring my girl because now you don't get a 10-7 round.
Yeah.
So yeah, she would do all her work, get her freaking like do her weight cut and all that stuff, all for the other team to not even show up with a person her weight, bro. But yeah, we had an amazing team, a very close packed team. It was kind of like a family for real.
Well, that's what's cool because that's when you make boxing more of a team sport. Listen, me and you both know it's a team sport, meaning that
Yeah.
we know somebody's in our corner. It's our coaches, it's our
sure.
trainers, and all of that. But to have it actually on Team Combat League, where literally you are actually a team
Yeah.
now, that's kind of cool.
Everybody pushes each other really.
Yeah,
So
that's
I
kind of
can't
cool.
wait because I know in the New York team I knew if there was 16 fighters, I knew like a good 10 or 12. Like I know them outside of boxing. Like I know them either from another fight or from training sessions and stuff like that. But in Team Miami, I know a very handful. If there's 15 fighters, I probably know like 9 of them, 8 of them. So we all know about each other. So I think it's gonna be a really good fit as well.
I love it. And I said on the podcast, I'm going to make the pledge again that I'm going to come to one of your Team Combat
Yes.
League fights. Also, thank you for sitting down with me today, dude. I
course, thank you.
appreciate it. We could talk for hours for
For
sure.
sure.
But thank you for coming in. I wish you the best. March 13th over in Kissimmee.
Friday the 13th.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's
With a
even
Jason mask.
better, dude.
With
I
a
love
Jason
that.
mask.
Oh my god! Is that gonna be outfit?
That's the goal.
Let's get it. Listen, I love that. I want to come to your Team Combat League matches as well. But Jeovanny, thank you for so much for always making the time for me on the podcast, dude. I appreciate it. Weighing in with Travis Hartman. Please subscribe. Please share. Please do all that you can do. But Jeovanny, thank you so much, brother. And you know what? I want to leave you with this. I want to first of all, you know that I wish you the best. I love
Thank
you. I
you
love
so
your whole
much.
family. I love your
Thank
mama.
you.
Your
You do
mama's
too.
so awesome.
Thank
She's the coolest lady ever. I love her. But I want to do my best to help promote boxing, but also promote local boxing.
Thank you.
And I know that you're not with a promoter now. So
No.
anybody who wants to sponsor or help out with Jeovanny Estela, this guy's legit. This guy is a 14-2 professional boxer. This guy has fought at the $1 million prize fighter tournament
Yes.
in Japan. This guy has fought for a top 15 ranking in the world with the WBA, which is a legit top 4 sanctioning body. If anybody wants to do that, please, we'll put some DMs in the bottom. DM us and we'll push you on the right
That
direction.
would be amazing.
But Jeovanny, what's something that you want to leave your fans with right now?
I want to leave them with my gratitude for sure. I'm very thankful for all my fans, family, and friends that have stuck with me through this journey, through the 14-0 and then through the last 0-2 that just happened. But I want to say thank you to everybody for staying with me and thank you for supporting me. We've gotten a great amount of support for this fight coming up March 13th. We know that we're gonna be giving I want to give the people what they want to see, and I know they want to see upgraded Jova, an explosive Jova, very intelligent Jova, and that's what I want to give. So I want to say thank you to everybody and that tune in March 13th because El Rayo's coming back for sure.
Thank you guys for tuning in tonight with Weighing In with Travis Hartman. We appreciate you. We love you, and God bless.